Everybody can agree Master Mode sucks, right? Of every major game mode in Terraria, Master Mode is the most underwhelming and disappointing. It's not that bad, but it's not good either. Before we start talking about the problem with Master Mode though, I know some of you are in the comments immediately saying you only hate Master Mode because it's hard, so listen up. I do not have an issue with challenging video games. I've played through Elden Ring multiple times, I beat Pantheon 5 in Hollow Knight, and I even made it through the gauntlet that is Bramble Scramble in Donkey Kong. These were difficult challenges that I thoroughly enjoyed. Master Mode Terraria, on the other hand, is just boring. A good difficulty setting in a game is one that increases the challenge in a meaningful way. Instead of giving bosses more health, give them new attacks. Instead of just making accessories less powerful, add new ones that balance out the challenge. This is something that Expert Mode in Terraria actually does incredibly well, but Master Mode completely drops the ball. There are no new enemy attack patterns, few to no meaningful items, and the only real difference between Expert and Master Mode is that enemies now have even more health and do even more damage. The only cool addition from Master Mode is the relics that are dropped by bosses, but they don't even do anything. They don't provide a stat boost or a small effect, they just look cool. This lack of new content for a completely different game mode simply feels cheap. Of course, it can still be useful if you want nothing more than a challenge, but Master Mode should offer a little bit more. The huge consequence of enemy difficulty being increased without any compromise or new content is that the game becomes a lot more grindy. Since you now need to collect the best gear possible for the next boss fight or challenge, there are way more items that you have to collect. You almost always need to have a lot of good potions, armor sets, and weapons, most of which you don't need in regular Terraria or even Expert Mode. Because of this, you need to spend most of your time grinding for the best loot possible. The problem is that Master Mode doesn't make any gameplay changes to make this grinding more acceptable. In Expert Mode, because the player needs to grind more, a lot of the good items that have a rare drop chance become easier to collect. The Rod of Discord, for example, is an item that makes boss fights a lot easier, and typically it has a 1 in 500 chance of being dropped from a Chaos Elemental. But in Expert Mode, that drop chance is changed to 1 in 400. It's not a huge difference, but it makes getting the item slightly less time consuming. Master Mode, on the other hand, doesn't change any drop chances to make items easier to obtain, so getting good items is just as long, except you're going to be dying a whole lot more. The result of this is obviously not more dynamic, challenging gameplay, it's endless, tedious grinding. The issue with Master Mode ultimately isn't that it's difficult, it's that the game mode offers nothing more than stat changes for enemies and a couple cosmetic items, while making the game a lot grindier in the process. Now, before you come into the comments section trying to disagree with me, I just want to remind you that I own the greatest penguin heist of all time, which means I'm right.